So what's up, YouTube? I'm tuning in Starter General TV, aka Mr. Vodka himself. I'm in the building, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and today, 2025 is starting off like really bad, you know what I mean? Like, there's really nothing nice to say so far. Right now, we got LA, having these wildfires, killing people all around, destroying like land, animals getting getting left stranded, cars getting left stranded. And, you got taxpayers paying a lot of money. And the last thing you want to hear is that the firemen, that's supposed to be out here putting out fires, is saying they ran out of water. You know what I mean? So apparently, LA is on fire, and they got no water. Let's get into it, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
He told me that there is no water in this system. Absolutely no water in this system. So this is a really big problem for them because, in his words, there's nothing they can do. All they can do is to watch this burn. So they're bringing out some other tenders here, hopefully with some more water to try and hook up some water and put out this fire, at least to protect the homes. Right now, this home is probably going to be a complete loss. The neighbors also tell me that...
Can you imagine you are in shelter, you got to safety, and you turn on the TV, and this is, God forbid, this is your house, and you see the firefighter, man, you see the fire people and everything, all the emergency people, shout out to them because, they doing their best. And if they have no fire, I don't know why they still there, but that goes to show you how hard they're working, you know what I mean? Shout out to them. But you turn on your television and you literally see your house, it's on fire, and they're just standing there because there's no water. This is just crazy.
That the person living inside this home had passed recently, so it was an empty home. But now there is a rush to try and protect other homes in this area because we know how this can spread very quickly. There are a lot of people in this house. Some of them are in the backyard here. The woman who is in the backyard told me that, hey, look, you have no water here in the street. We have water in our backyard. We have a pool. Why don't we use some of that water there? And some of her friends went to the back, and they're literally grabbing buckets and doing a bucket brigade to try and protect this house. So honestly, the water that you're looking at now is some of the first drops of water that they're getting onto this house. But you can see what happens here, and especially we've been talking about those water issues that people in the Palisades had been talking about.
Yo, this is insane. They have to go borrow you got firefighters having to go borrow water from somebody's pool. This is not real life. This is not real life.
About that there was no water charging their hoses. It seems to be almost a similar situation here, at least in this neighborhood, where they're not really able to get water inside their hoses so that they can protect some other homes in this neighborhood. We know that there was an active... You're hearing some of the explosions now from some inside the house. Obviously, there's some gas inside the house. The person had lived inside this home for a long period of time, and they just closed up the house, and he hasn't been living here for a while. I'm going to see if I can come to the backyard here, and maybe these folks can show us what's happening here, if they don't mind. Hello? 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 I know that they were working to fight this fire in the back of the house.
Bob, when you say firefighters are saying there is no water, the fire hydrants themselves do not have water. Is that what's going on? Because that was the case with Pacific Palisades.
Yes. This is the case. Hello. No, I'm with the news. I'm with the news. We heard the water inside. Come on.
You're being intrusive.
Come on. Well, I understand, but the neighbors were talking about this, that there was an issue with water in this neighborhood. You're trying to protect your own home here.
We're not even from here. We're neighbors trying to take action. Our state has failed us. Our state, this is a disaster. The strongest state in the union doesn't have the infrastructure to protect these people from burning their homes.
Yes. I was talking to some of the firefighters who come from other parts of the state. He said he's never seen anything like this before. They put up their hoses into the hydrants, and he says there was no water. How is that sensational if this home is going to burn down?
Do something about this. I mean, we've had many years of this.
I see 8 hands.
Tons of warnings, no action, not enough action. That's all it is.
Yeah, I heard you out there. You said, we got to do something.
Yo, how do we have all this money and stuff and we don't have you would think they learned a lesson, from like the Hawaii like fires or whatever and stuff like that. And, not too long ago, there was some other like wildfires going on. Like you would think they would start preparing for things like this. You know what I mean? This is just insane. You got like these. Oh, man. You have to literally put out your own fires. Literally.
Take some action, so you decided to do it.
It's embarrassing that we're just here while others are just standing around and our state is standing around. This has been long coming. What are we doing about it?
Thank you very much. A lot of emotions running here. I'm going to walk outside that. Thank you very much. A lot of emotions here, but they're doing what they can to protect this house. This is not their own home. I thought it was his own house when he was talking about it here because he said, I'm just going to grab something and help out. And the fire chief here was very honest with me. He looked at me. He knew who I was. He said, oh, you're with the news. He says, we have no water. We have no water. And I said, what is that normal? And he said, I've never seen anything like it before. He said he'd never seen anything like it. So I don't know what the problem is with the infrastructure or what had happened with the water here. If it's the same situation as the Palisades when they had run out of water because they depleted the resources or all the tanks had already been drained and they have to replenish those tanks and it hasn't happened yet. I'm not an expert on the water delivery system here, but all I know is this is a home that's on fire and the fire chief that is here on the scene from another city here in California is telling us he has never seen anything like this, and there is nothing they can do. They're just doing the best they can to try and protect these surrounding homes. The winds, I will tell you right now, they've let up quite a bit. So that is the good news, but it's just surprising. Now seeing finally some help from the skies here. We've got a water drop. Maybe that's going to take place here very shortly. Come move to the side here, Carlos. You can see him over here. He's coming on this side. There he comes. This is from a water drop coming from LA County, right on top of this fire. You're going to watch it here live. There he is, right on top. How is that? Just as I said that it was better here, that the winds weren't had subsided a bit, that maybe it's time that they brought out some of the air assets, and that looks like what had happened here.
Yo, that plane drop of water, but literally that house is still on fire. Like this is kind of like it kind of feel like useless. You know what I mean? And I know these workers, like, they're doing their hardest to put out these fires, but this is just insanity, and I don't know. It's not working. That home is still on fire, and it's probably happening to many homes as well. This is just crazy.
Here, just moments ago, we just saw that airdrop, the first airdrop that I have seen here since we've been out here for a couple of hours, and really a sight for sore eyes for the neighbors here, the residents on this street who said, you heard me talk to the resident before, who said he was here protecting his own home since 6 o'clock last night until 2 o'clock in the morning, and he didn't see any firefighters up here. So finally, we do have some help here. These are all firefighters from Wheeler Crest. Again, that's an area near the Mammoth Lakes region, and they came here to try and fight that fire. So they have a small little contingent here, but they wanted to do their part. And the chief here, he says they're just trying to do their best with the equipment, with the tools.
Bobby.
and with the infrastructure that they have here.
So about an hour ago, Bob, there was aircraft from...
I hear you, Miss. We're on live TV right now. Is this your home right here? This is your grandmother's home. You finally got a water drop. That must be...
The water drop. There is a water tank around the corner. And they're acting like they can't... She's acting like she can't even move her car. I don't want to be on camera.
Okay. All right. A lot of intensity here. Obviously, the fan...
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, what would, like, that plane came out of nowhere. Like, thank God it you know, probably would have been worse, spread into other homes, but like, it really didn't do nothing. They're like literally just standing there, you know, moving along the car, you know. This is, I don't see no fires being put out.
Family home here. She's very upset about this home and what she sees as a lot of inaction by the firefighters here, or the inability at least to really do something when there's imminent danger to your home. So that water drop helped just a bit. We're just hoping that perhaps another helicopter comes here and helps with the situation, is able to drop yet another water drop on this fire. The hose it's not putting out any water. Hey, Chief, is that water coming from the tender here? The water that we just saw that came out of this hose, is that coming from the... Okay.
And this just has about 300 gallons.
There's about 300 gallons there. So all 300 gallons you've already put onto this fire, and so you don't really have anything left?
We're over 300 gallons. We've been walking on this all day.
You're going all day. Okay. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief. He's...
Yo, they ran out of water, and they put out like 300 gallons of water out, like, and oh man, this is I don't know. It feels like the last days. You know what I mean? Like this is crazy. You know, I mean, we seen that home right there. It was still burning. They literally just drove past it. They put a little water. They ran out of water. They drove past it. You know how many homes they probably did that to? You know what I mean? That person lost everything. Family pictures, albums. Like, oh man.
So they've been rotating the water tender here to try and get more water. He says they've been doing their best here, but the fire continues to burn. Obviously, there's a lot to go here. I'm going to come to the other side so you can see just the other side of this fire. The neighbor's home to the other side. She said that last night they had lost their garage, so there were some embers that flew here last night, and who knows where how this fire had popped up over here and started burning this home.
But Bob, so we saw that aerial drop right over that house, but it made the fire die down a little, but you could see all the active flames just pop right up. So it didn't do anything.
Right. I mean, you're gonna have to get a continuous water drop or some continuous fire. There, they got this hose on now. Finally, so he's got 300 gallons in this tender. He said that they just brought out here right now. How long could that last? And that is that really enough to put it out? Again, I don't think necessarily they'd like to put it out because.
Yo, I don't mean to chuckle or laugh, but like literally, like, no offense, like I'm seeing these firemen like put water into this building, and literally it's like doing nothing. In fact, it feels like it's just making it worse. You know what I mean? Like, this is frustrating, man. This is frustrating. And you know, the crazy thing about it is, like, I don't know, you know, we don't know if insurance is probably gonna even cover any of this. This, like, people is gonna be homeless. I don't know. This is just a messed up situation right here.
Because putting this fire out would protect the nearby homes, and one of their biggest goals right now is just to protect the homes on either side. You heard that woman with some intensity here saying that this was her grandmother's home, and you know, they've lived here for quite some time. So to see that their home in this imminent danger has got to be so worrisome for that family. Lots of folks on the street here, and it's interesting because if you look down the street, it doesn't look like there were many homes that were damaged at all. So it's interesting that these spot fires really just went and picked and chose which home was going to be the next target. And right now, even without the winds, we're still looking at some homes that are still burning on fire.
Also, you know, you understand people are very emotional and frustrated, and they don't have much patience right now. I give you, and I think you're with Carlos, right, a lot of credit for being out there. I know it's tough to be there and to ask the questions when you know they're in the middle of a very dire situation. So thanks, you guys, for the work you're doing.
Sure.
Yeah, part of the job is to talk to people on their very worst day, and that's what you're seeing right there. And of course, emotions are high, frustrations high.
Man, we gotta, send some prayers out to LA, because this is just crazy. I don't know. They're literally just watching homes being burned down at this point, and they literally ran out of water. Like, what more can you say? Literally, fire is here and they have no water. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Oh man, we off this. Without further ado, we off this, man.